class we will learn about chemical reactions. Types of chemical reaction. Combination reaction. Two or more reactants combine to form a single product. Such kind of a reaction is called a combination reaction. Example is given: carbon combining with oxygen forming carbon dioxide. Magnesium, when it is burned in oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. Carbon dioxide and magnesium oxide both are going to be single products and examples of combination reaction. Combination reaction. These reactions involve two or more reactants combining to form a single product. Example: an element combining with an element forming a compound, carbon combining with oxygen forming carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is a single product. Magnesium combining with oxygen forming magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is a single product. Sulfur burns in air to form sulfur dioxide. Calcium oxide combines with water and forms slaked lime. All of these are examples of combination reaction. Well, this is showing a picture of whitewashing, and whitewashing is done with calcium oxide being made to react with water forming calcium hydroxide. This calcium hydroxide, when it is applied on the walls, after 2 to 3 days, a white color, a shiny surface is going to be obtained. This is because calcium hydroxide combines with carbon dioxide of the air to form calcium carbonate. Other examples are hydrogen combining with oxygen forming water, sulfur dioxide combining with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide, nitrogen reacting with hydrogen forming ammonia. So all of these are examples of combination reaction. Exothermic reaction: when a small amount of calcium oxide was taken in a beaker to this water was being added. After a while, it was felt that the beaker became hot. This is because heat was given out, and this is an example of an exothermic reaction. Other example is burning of natural gas. The major constituent of natural gas is methane. When it burns in air, it forms carbon dioxide, water, and energy is released. Similar is the case of respiration. Here you all know that carbohydrates, they are broken down in the small intestine to produce this glucose, and glucose, when it is circulated and it reaches the cells, this glucose breaks down in the presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water vapor, and energy. The decomposition of vegetal matter into composite is also an example of an exothermic reaction. Decomposition reaction, as the name suggests, that is, a substance is being decomposed, where here in this a single reactant or a substance is broken down to form two or more products. Decomposition reaction may be due to heating, that is thermal decomposition, due to electrolysis, due to electrolytic decomposition, or due to sunlight. Now let us take the first one, lead nitrate. This is being heated and it will form lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen. Ferrous sulfate being heated will form ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide, and sulfur trioxide. You will see in these two cases that more than two products are being formed. Decomposition reaction, as the name suggests, it is going to decompose or break down, and decomposition reaction is when a single reactant or substance will break down due to heating, due to passing of electric current, or due to allowing the substance to be exposed to sunlight. The first one, simple example, zinc carbonate being heated, it forms zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. So there are two products that are being formed. A decomposition reaction is one in which a single reactant will break down and it will form two or more products. Heating calcium carbonate, it will form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide is used in manufacture of cement. Electrolysis of water, well, you can have a picture of electrolysis, and you can find that when we pass electric current through water, it will decompose and it will form hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen will be released at the electrode which is attached to the negative terminal of the battery, and oxygen will be released at the electrode which is attached to the positive terminal of the battery. Silver chloride being exposed to sunlight will get decomposed and it will form silver and chlorine. These are the reactions. Silver chloride broken down in presence of sunlight forms silver and chlorine. Similarly, we can have silver bromide, which will decompose and it will form silver and bromine. Displacement reaction. As the name suggests, such reactions in which there will be displacement of one element by another. So when a more reactive element will displace a less reactive element from its solution, then it will be called as a displacement reaction. Example, when iron nails are dipped in copper sulfate, after a while the blue color of copper sulfate changes to green color. This is because iron has taken up the place of copper and it forms ferrous sulfate, which is light green in color, and copper will be formed. Here iron is more reactive as compared to copper, so it displaces copper from its solution and forms ferrous sulfate. In this example, we will be taking up a boiling tube and we will be adding copper sulfate in it, say around 10 ml of copper sulfate, and we will require two test tubes. One test tube will be meant for seeing the difference as a control for comparison, and the second test tube we are going to place the two iron nails. Now both of these iron nails will be suspended with the help of a thread. This is going to be kept for a while. It will be observed that the blue color of copper sulfate solution fades out. As we compare it to the first test tube, we will see that the color changes and there is a change to light green. This is because the iron in the iron nail has displaced the copper from copper sulfate solution. And the color of ferrous sulfate is light green in color. That is why the blue color changes to light green. Also, you will find a brownish deposit on the nail. That is because of copper being formed. Similar reaction is one in which zinc is made to react with copper sulfate, and the blue color fades out and it forms a colorless solution. This is because of the zinc sulfate. Here zinc is more reactive as compared to copper, and therefore the zinc is going to displace copper from copper sulfate, forming zinc sulfate, which is a colorless solution. Example you can see of lead being combining with copper cupric chloride, it will form lead chloride and copper. Double displacement reactions are those in which two substances will combine and there will be exchange of ions. Example, sodium sulfate combining with barium chloride forming sodium chloride and barium sulfate. A precipitate is also going to be formed. Hence, this kind of a reaction will also be known as a precipitation reaction. The exchange of ions has taken place. That is, sodium has taken the place of barium and barium has taken the place of sodium. Hence, this is going to be the exchange of the ions. Coming to oxidation and reduction reactions, these are those reactions in which oxygen is being added or oxygen is being removed. When oxygen is being added or hydrogen is being removed, we call it as oxidation reaction. And when oxygen is being removed or hydrogen is being added, then we call it as reduction reaction. Both of these reactions occur hand in hand. Copper combining with oxygen forming copper oxide. Copper is getting oxidized and it forms copper oxide and oxygen gets reduced. Another example is zinc oxide combining with carbon. The carbon gets oxidized and it forms carbon monoxide and zinc gets reduced as oxygen is being removed. Corrosion. You must have heard this term corrosion. Corrosion means the eating away of a surface. So, metals usually when exposed to moist air or chemicals, or you can have action of moisture, air or chemicals can be acids, etc., then we will say it as corrosion has occurred. Example, rusting of iron. When iron is going to be exposed to moist air, it gets converted into a powdery substance which is called as rust. Rust is when the surface of the iron gets destroyed and we'll say that corrosion has occurred. Corrosion causes damage to car bodies, bridges, iron railings, etc. Another term that you know are familiar with is rancidity. The process of oxidation of fats and oils which can be noticed by change in color, smell and taste is known as rancidity. Example, when butter is kept in the open atmosphere, then its smell, taste changes. This is because of rancidity. Thank you.